الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Dear brothers and sisters, a classification that some people use sometimes is that of core and peel. They refer to negligible issues as peel and to important issues as core. Such classification is quite acceptable. However, it is really sad when such classification is used in the context of Islamic teachings. Peels are things we throw. In Islam, there is nothing we discard. Yes, there are important issues and issues that are not of that importance, but nothing to discard. When we speak of Islamic issues, we have to observe what we say, and we have to use the best respected terms. Using the term core and peels, the least to say is impolite and inappropriate in referring to Islamic issues. Now, let's come to the main issue here. Yes, Islamic issues and rules are not at the same status and level. We have the pillars: fasting, praying, zakah, hajj, and we have things of the sort of using the siwak to brush your teeth, having your right foot first when you get into the mosque, and things of that sort. Also, when we refer to sins, we have major sins and minor sins. In fact, even among the major sins, we have what the Prophet described as the 7 deadly destructive sins. So, things do have different ranking. And based on that, we have the 5 famous classifications of Islamic actions, that they are either obligatory or recommended or disliked or forbidden or permissible. So this is all true. But what should this imply? Should that imply that we belittle some of the Islamic issues? Of course not. All Islamic issues, being major or minor, little or big, have to be respected and are sacred. Does it mean that we should only care about big things? Of course not. We have to strive hard to do all good we can, major or minor, and abstain from all bad, big or small. And remember, brothers and sisters, sometimes leaving an issue that we think is minor could be very serious because it's left out of irony or arrogance. The Prophet ﷺ once saw a man eating with his left hand. He asked him to eat with his right hand. The man said, "I cannot," and it was only out of arrogance. The Prophet said, "Then let it be." And since that time, the man was paralyzed and he never was able to lift his right hand up anymore. So, brothers, when we say things have different importance, it doesn't mean we belittle them. It doesn't mean we discard them. What does it imply then? Well, it has some applications. For example, when it comes to setting a program for yourself or for others to teach them about Islam, then of course you would start with the major things first. Another situation where we would use that thing is when there is a conflict and it is not possible to do two things at the same time. For example, helping your wife washing the dishes is something good. And praying in Jama'ah is also something good. Now when it is not the time for Jama'ah, it's good to help her. When it's the time of Jama'ah, there is a conflict and you cannot do both. Then there is a time where you should rush to Jama'ah. So these are situations where we apply such meaning or such effect of things having different importance. And finally, brothers and sisters, let me quote to you two incidents supporting this argument. The first argument or the first incident took place in the Battle of Uhud. At some stage in that battle, the Prophet ﷺ was left alone with few companions around him. One of them was Talha, may Allah be pleased with him. Talha was protecting the Prophet ﷺ by his body. He was hit and his fingers were cut. Naturally, out of pain, he said, hiss. Hiss is a term, is just expressing your pain. The Prophet ﷺ said to Talha, O Talha, would you have said Bismillah, the angels would have lifted it up in the sky. So you see, brothers and sisters, although they are in the battlefield, but that did not stop the Prophet ﷺ from giving this advice to Talha. May Allah be pleased with him. The second incident comes from Umar ibn al-Khattab, the second Khalifa. May Allah be pleased with him. After he was stabbed, people came visiting him and praising him for the good things he has done, giving him hope while he is about to die. One of them was a young man who came to Umar and said very nice statements praising him for the great things he did in Islam. While he was walking away, Umar noticed that his thobe, his dress, is longer than what it should be. Then Umar, while he's dying, called the man back and said, O my son, lift your dress. It's purer to your thobe and it's more pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Finally, brothers and sisters, remember that on the Day of Judgment, we'll have everything we've done recorded in a book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and this is what we read in Surah 18, verse 49, that people on the Day of Judgment would say, what a book is this? It leaves out nothing small or great, but takes account of it. And Allah knows best. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله